Hey guys, welcome back. VDCKR here. We're back with our weekly recap for
After two false starts that nobody else heard because I couldn't click the button to record properly. But yes,
the recap for April 25th, 2019. So this is our weekly recap of all things Injustice. Getting straight into it, the current character challenge is for Classic Scorpion. That's a 1 week long repeat, and the required characters are Nightwing, Catwoman, and Aquaman. So that's bronze, and then challenge gold. So a little unfortunate for newer players. This is one of those things. Anytime it's a challenge gold, you need to have been playing long enough to have been there the last time the challenge gold came around.
and I'll go out on a limb here and say that you still all right. So you can get Aquaman in the challenge pack. It costs 150,000. There's a chance of getting him. There's 2 different Aquaman that you can get, but even then, I think you're almost better off buying out the last stage of the challenge, like all 15 fights, because it's a bit random. If you get lucky, that's great. You'll save 150,000 or something like that. Like I can't remember how much it costs to buy it out, but it's not cheap.
Yeah. But you don't unlock him.
You don't unlock them, and there's also a chance that you spend your credits and you don't get anything. So
Yeah. He's got good high stats. His passive is Fire of Hell. Scorpion summons Fire of Hell for around sorry. I was gonna say for around 10 seconds, but it's Scorpion summons Fire of Hell around him for 10 seconds after tagging.
Right.
It reflects half of the special damage back at the opponent and inflicts fire damage over 6 seconds. Scorpion is immune to fire. See, the real thing that got me is I started reading that and I'm like, we were just talking about Aquaman and something felt wrong, but I was like, nope, it is Scorpion. So I was just a little confused.
yeah.
So
Listen, generally I'm not a big fan. I've said this so many times, right? I'm not a big fan of defensive passives, like reflecting a portion of special damage, mainly like the reflection kind, because you need to take damage. But my experience has actually been a little bit different than in theory. So in our fights with the Justice League team and New 52 Wonder Woman, when she tags in to do her special, right? And we knock somebody out and then Scorpion comes in, I'm not patient enough to wait the full 10 seconds before knocking around.
Yeah.
So it actually typically reduces the Wonder Woman's health by a lot. It seems like more than just the half, and I can't tell whether that's because, the additional effect of the burn damage.
Yeah.
But it's actually pretty good. I mean, again, defensive character, I'm not going to be playing it a lot, but I think it's not bad as a team that you might leave on for defense if you're so inclined.
Yeah, so definitely a little bit better than it looks at first blush, just as a sort of tanky ability. This week's multiplayer reward is for the Sengoku helmet, which becomes the Batman Ninja helmet, and that gives you 40% max health increase, and for every 5% of available power, damage is reduced by 2.3%, and then for Batman only, for every 10% of available power, crit chance is increased by 3%, and then Savol's ability is 50% chance to resist power drain.
Yeah, so this is... It may not seem that... Well, I guess maybe it does. I was thinking the power drain is a little bit separate, but it's not actually. They're in sync kind of abilities to make a really good tank. And we've demonstrated that in our Justice League team also, where New 52 Superman is using this to reduce his basic damage taken to 0.
Yeah.
And so the power drain... I mean, it's perfect with New 52 Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah.
Because she gives him free power that just basically charges up the ability of the helmet. And he comes in, his own passive gives him the offensive strength, and he takes very little damage.
In the store, we have the Dawn of Justice Superman cash pack for 27 Canadian dollars, or likely 20 US dollars. It's not worth it. It's only 1 copy, and you won't unlock in your store. So it's maybe a clue for next week's challenge, but it's not a lot of value. It's not a lot of bang for your buck.
Right. Oh, you're going to leave me to say the next pack? All right, so there's a Battle of Themyscira character bundle. So that's the island where Wonder Woman came from.
Yeah, and that's also for $26.99 Canadian and probably 20 US. Yeah. And it comes with Ares and Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman.
So Ares is interesting because he's a multiplayer reward. It's getting close to where it's almost worth it, where you're getting 2 characters for $27, if it's still not to me.
Yeah.
Just because, to me, these kind of packs would be so much better if they would actually unlock in your store.
Or if they were credit packs.
Yeah.
Which is something that we've seen a lot more recently. We've seen a move away from the credit packs. I don't know where those are going because there's still no like credit packs.
Right. So for all the great credit packs that used to rotate in and out, we haven't had one for a few weeks.
And we have had some money packs that used to be credit packs.
Like Metropolis. Yeah, for sure. And the Arkham pack. Yeah.
Yep. And so in Survivor, we have the Suicide Squad. I've been having trouble reading today.
All right, so this is post-exam brain.
Yeah.
So should I mention we're in the same room actually?
Yeah, because I'm done exams.
Congratulations!
So
this is part of our recap for the week. Congratulations on finishing your first year.
That nobody cares about. People who just want to hear the glitches are going to be extra frustrated with today's episode.
So you know what? Spoiler alert: there's no changes in the glitches, so you don't have to watch past this if you don't really care.
Yeah. So in Survivor, we've got the Suicide Squad companion gear until the 1st of May 2019.
Yeah, so one more week.
We also have Phantom Zone not being active, so it hasn't been around for a while now.
Yeah, definitely more than a month.
Significantly more than a month at this point.
Yeah.
Fight 62 is still broken, and some people have been getting Suicide Squad gear randomly in addition to whatever gear was announced before now. We haven't gotten any reports of that recently.
So this is another week where they won't notice a difference.
Yeah, because if you're getting Suicide Squad companion gear instead of the gear that you should be getting, you're getting Suicide Squad companion gear instead of Suicide Squad companion gear. So sometimes you're getting correctly Suicide Squad companion gear, and then sometimes in error you're receiving Suicide Squad companion gear.
Okay. I think you're a little punchy today. So moving on to the current glitches. Just remember, every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist. We call it Current Glitches. It's linked in the description and in the eye in the top right corner of this video. We're Android only, so we can only confirm glitches for Android. And so if you happen to be an iOS user and watching this and you see a question from an iOS user needing help, please consider helping out. That's sort of the point of what we're doing here with the recap every week.
Mm-hmm. So let's start with the not working glitches because you can't look those up in the playlist. It's harder to recognize an absence of something.
Yes.
So there's no working glitch for credits. We talked about this in season 6, episode 9 of the P&Q and CNAT. But there's a 2-device version. We've talked about that for a while now. We don't recommend using it, and it's just because of the increased risk that we've had with 2 devices in the past. But past that, I think it's not worth talking too much more about.
Right.
You can find it if you want, but it's not for us.
Right.
We also have a glitch for getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards. I said we have.
You're going to ship it. You're going to repass it.
I've
repeated past. Repassed.
We don't have a glitch for getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards or for early multiplayer season rewards.
Yeah, and I guess part of the reason why we mentioned these is there used to be a significant glitch for both, and they're not good anymore.
And there's nothing to get through the Phantom Zone quickly
when it's there.
Yeah. Now, you want to take away some of the working glitches?
Sure. Okay, so the breakthrough glitch to let you play it repeatedly still working, and there is a comment from a viewer that we cut and pasted into the description as a potential solution for people who are having trouble, but we can't confirm it because we've never actually had trouble getting the breakthrough glitch to work.
The challenge reset method that requires Google Play Cloud Save is working, confirmed on the current Classic Scorpion Challenge. And I said that right, but I could feel my brain struggling to try to figure out a way to screw it up. And I've just dropped my phone. Okay. The challenge reset can remove Phantom Zone progress when Phantom Zone is present. So if the Phantom Zone event comes back, keep that in mind and just make sure you're willing to lose progress when you use the challenge reset glitch.
Right. So the airplane mode / refund glitch still working. It requires you to be able to do the packs or random drop things such as loot boxes and last laugh tickets without an internet connection, which is why for us it does not work in the Phantom Zone when the Phantom Zone is around.
Yeah.
And you might hear talk from iOS users about something that they can do to re-roll the Phantom Zone reward. We haven't been able to get it work for Android. But as far as an exploit,
yeah,
the airplane mode glitch is useful if you have infinite patience and
or just a lot.
Yeah,
just an excess of patience,
because you're exploiting the difference between the cost of the cheapest nth metal pack, which is 200, and the resale value of
the most expensive thing you get in the pack, which is 240.
That's right,
for a metal character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't get Valorium from it, so you'll have unbalanced stuff. And now's our sort of PSA that if you have anybody, if you're seeing people with fully upgraded metal characters, especially a full team, they don't have that legitimately at this point.
Right, because that costs 35,000 Valorium, and we've used an account to maximize our Phantom Zone plays. Repeatedly, the buy-ins we've used, we've maxed them all out, and we still only have just over 17,000, less than half of what you'd need to max out one single metal character.
Yeah. Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. As always, turn your countdown clock back to normal before you finish. Free energy without having to watch a video still works. We've been getting the button ungrayed out intermittently, and when the button is there for us to press, we don't have to watch the video. Right. We also have a comment from Dragons952 for iOS users if you have the free energy button grayed out with a potential solution.
Okay. And last but not least, my favorite is the in limbo glitch. It's not working. It's not working, and it's not working.
I'm glad you got this one because I feel like I would have found some way to goof it up.
So it's the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked in your store because the conditions aren't right. We can't test it, but the conditions haven't been there for more than a year now. So it's very likely that the conditions will never be back, but we will not be removing it from the list because we are suckers for nostalgia, and we won't remove it until the conditions have actually been correct and the glitch fails us. Just because the previous times where it comes up, it's good, the last time it was good for a few hours.
Yeah.
And you have to sort of know it and be prepared to take advantage of it if you're going to.
For sure. Yeah, and to finish up, let's talk about us for a second. You could probably tell from the professionalism and production quality demonstrated in this video that, you know, we really need your support to make this possible. We're joking, of course, but we do have a Patreon, and if you want to give us money for some reason that I couldn't fathom at this particular moment, but I'm sure is there, you can go to patreon.com/BDCKR or click on our channel icon, the bottom right corner at the end of this video. And much more importantly than fishing for new prospective supporters is giving a huge thank you to the people who have already made the decision to support us and make this cobbled together half asleep. I don't know what's up with me today. Content possible. I think it is just post-exam tiredness. Yeah.
All right, so can I do this then?
Yeah,
I'll take this.
please.
So big thank you to Console Peasant and Eddie G, who are supporting us at the top tier. Last Word, iProfit, who's supporting us at the Your Message Here tier, and Daniel Simonson, Sean Farrell, and Aaron Mall, who are supporting us on the credited level. And also Chris Wolf and Laszlo Georgiades at the
Gratitude tier. So there we go. Thank you guys all so much for your support, and thank you to all of you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.